Hey guys, it's here bringing you another video. Welcome back to Time to Tryhard. We're playing Illaoi today. We're against a Donkey D. Bringing up the Olodabiduda, and it is quite funny. So last game we had this jungler. I don't know if he was duo last game. God damn it. That would be Nessie. But we had the same jungler last game, and I would call this guy a reactive player. That last game, and Akshan got fed, and we lost the game. It wasn't because Akshan got fed, it's because people kept getting caught. And he arguably got out-jungled by the Nocturne on the enemy team. He was playing Kayn. So this time, he banned Akshan and picked Nocturne, which I find quite funny. They have the dumb Yuumi-Vlad combo. Again, still, I know it's the Huzzy Salt, but I still believe League of Legends would truly be a better game if Yuumi didn't exist. It is the worst champion by far. And Nessie, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits. He did say, again, YouTube audience, you can blame Nessie. He did say that he might interrupt the next, like, 5, apparently, intros. So if you hear a plus ultra or something of that lines, blame him. There's actually a chance Darius... Okay, I don't want to fight a Darius at level 1 in a bush. Level 3 is when I can kind of start doing okay versus Darius. How do you climb... Wait, how do you climb then? That's the difference between diamond and silver. You can count on your team. You can't. Oh, you just have to outplay. Again, the one thing I will say, and it's not, you know, it's individual skill, yeah. So the one thing that a lot of people don't realize, which, I don't know, when you say it out loud, maybe it makes it... Sometimes the most obvious things you just said out loud makes it clear for some people. Every single high-rating player used to be low-rating. I'm a cutie pie. I know he doesn't really play League anymore, but, you know, he's Challenger, AD Carry, X-Pro player. His first season of League, he was stuck in Bronze. Like, Faker would have been bad at the game at one point, but every high-rating player, what they did is climb. They worked their way to climb. We all have the same solo queue system. We all have Illaoi hell that we had to get through, which again, technically, it doesn't exist. Solo, if you just have the attitude that solo queue is Illaoi hell, then you'll probably climb a lot easier. But individual skill, it's that simple. Your individual skill can be, I get fed in lane all the time, and I get really fed. Or individual skill can simply be, and that's maybe more my strength, decision making. That you make great calls. Let's do Baron now, and let's do Dragon now, and you kind of take control of the game and never feed. Never feeding is actually quite a big one that people don't realize as well. If in 50% of your games you get fed, but then 50% of your games you feed like crazy, that's probably why you're not climbing. Illaoi flash ready. Yep, that's true. So you'll notice I'm not really contesting a Darius. No point. I outscale him. I know I do. I ain't risking lane phased for... Darius is obviously a quite... He's known for snowballing. I think most of us would agree. It's fine. I wanted the cannon minion, so I don't mind sacrificing a little bit of health for that. Otherwise, I was not going to get it. Da, 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 dun, 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 dun. Nice. Both sums. Darius? No way. Okay. Well, we get one, I guess. We wanted Darius, we got Lee Sin. Wait, whoa! Galio killed Vlad? How the hell did that... Wait, I get blue. Holy sick! Blue buff on early game Illaoi. Oh! All the tentacles! Wait, you're not going back? If he's not going back, it could mean Lee Sin's going to come top lane. Because... yeah. I bring hearts. I bring fire. Remember, I've got TP, he doesn't, so him going back to lane, him going back and buying means that he's going to miss farm. Wow. I haven't hit a single E yet. Well, I hit the one in the gank, but not an important. That was, you know, well, it was an important one, but still. If I hit Darius, it'd be great. Just stopping his base, not expecting that to land. Bonk. Guess who? Thank you so much, dude. His positioning is telling me Lee's coming. That's my gut instinct, but I could be wrong. He's mid, so I was wrong. I can TP straight back in his face, though. This is actually quite bad for Darius, I would say. Because I can now do this. I'm back in lane with full health. And so he still has not gone back yet. Oh, I really need to land one of those. Oh, are we going to die, baby? Ooh, is it risky? If I land the E, easy. If I don't land the E, I'm dead. So just reminding people, if ever you see an Illaoi ult and you're like, dude, that was a weird ult. If you manage to get the E kill on them and they have the tentacles naturally going after them for a little while, those tentacles are sped up by your ultimate as well. So I've sometimes got the E, landed it on somebody, they run away, then I ult. Like literally, as they've run away, they are gone. I ult when they're nowhere near me because it speeds up the tentacles from the passive of the E. Which is a bit funky, but it does work. Hey, Sven. But again, we can't take this game lightly, even if it seems we're winning the early, because they have the stupid Yuumi. Yuumi, by herself, put on the right champion, can just change a whole game. You learned that from me, and it's a great trick. Yeah, it's really good. And a lot of people don't know about it as well. That's the thing. So many people go, Huz, what the hell was that ult? Or they'll look at an Illaoi on their teammate and go, what, is she trolling? No, it's for an actual reason. Skill doesn't matter if the champ counters you. That is one of the least true things I've ever heard in League, unfortunately. Counter picks don't really matter until you get to really high rating. The rating I'm in right now, counter picks don't matter. And I'm in low diamond. Counter picks, I would say, start pretty much affecting the game. Diamond 2 and above, I would say, on average. And even at that, not really. If counter truly existed, none of the bad champions you'd ever get in Challenger. And you get a lot of mains of bad champions in Challenger because the player is more important than the champion. He's landing E's finally. He's doing it. Yeah, player is the most important factor by far. Got it. So in that like just few engages, he's nearly dead. This dude really panics really fast. Oh, Galio got him. I didn't even know Galio was coming. Okay, cool. There's poor Darius. Any tips on how to concentrate on studying? Reward-based system is always potentially a good idea. Reward yourself if you kind of say like, oh, dude, let's go! Nice play. A reward-based structure is like, oh, if I do X amount, or if I do that well, if I get that grade, if you can, give yourself like a reward-based structure in some way, like, don't buy that game, and be like, treat it as like, oh, if I do that, then I will buy the game. Stuff like that. Humans are, by nature, we like rewards. So, if you can reward yourself by doing things, yeah. Oh, that's a dead Galio. Ah! Vlad killed. Oh, Vlad died. He walked back in. Oh, this Vlad's having a nightmare. I'm worried about that Nocturne because I don't know where Donkey's gone. There he is. Oh, he's like really just far back. Huh. Is this really Diamond? I mean, there's a whole conversation within that. Loon Call, 42 months tier 1. Thank you so much. Again, there's a whole conversation within that. Is this really Diamond? Like, I've played a long time, as you guys know. I've been Diamond since Season 3. Diamond in modern day isn't exactly what I would deem Diamond back in the day. And some people are like, Huzz, if you're low Diamond, though, does that mean you're not really Diamond anymore? There's many layers to it. Partially could be yes, I don't know. But it's more, it depends your playstyle as well. If you're more, I would say, if you're more of a team-based player, you have been hurt more nowadays than ever before. Because your team on average in Diamond is not as good as they used to be. So if you're all about setting up your team and making your team carry and you set them up for that, but your team is worse, it's rough because you're like, well, my team's not as good as they used to be and I play for my team. So, yeah. Yeah, I'd say individual skill has definitely gone down within the last couple of years. Like, I don't even think there's any doubt in that. Was Mastering back in Season 3? No. Challenger only was Season 3. I think that's when Challenger got introduced, if memory serves correct.
Shut down.
I thought I could have killed the tower as well, but I mistimed it. It's fun. Wait, actually, I don't even need Mercs this game, do I? They have no CC. Wow. Mercs isn't going to affect Darius E, Lee Sin Kick and that, so that's irrelevant. Yumi is the only one that has hard CC in her route, and that's one thing. Yeah, I'm just going to go Ninja Tabby. Zach for attack. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it, appreciate it. 18 months of Prime. Thank you very much. Nerv says, just want to say thanks for all the fasting advice. You're the lightest you've been since high school and you're 36. Hell yeah, dude. Congrats. Hell yeah. Yeah, again, do your own research. I'm not a medical professional, but intermittent fasting was what made me drop 65 roughly pounds. If you're a fairly newer viewer, go watch a video that's 2-3 years old and you'll see a much fluffier Huzzy. Also, self-admittingly, if you go watch a video a year ago, you'll also see a much thinner Huzzy. I have gained a bit. Part of it has been bulking for strength training. Part of it isn't. We've, you know, been in a lockdown. I do want to shred a little bit, but I am happy with where I am. It's not like I'm not. Oh, you're down 35 pounds now. Oh, nice, dude. Congratulations. So, you know, I'm happy with where I am. Yeah, I'd probably want to shred a little bit, but I'm not in any crazy rush. I'm not putting crazy pressure on myself. We're in a bit of a weird world, so don't have unrealistic expectations on yourselves. You know, it took me 7 odd years to get into the mental state that I could lose the weight anyway. Ah! That should have been a kill. Yeah, this Darius just runs away. Told your friend in silver, you'll pull the dragon out thing. He got gold very quickly. It is surprising how many people don't pull out dragon so it doesn't get stolen. Don't think he's dead. You can kind of clearly see now, though, everybody, there's nothing this guy can do. This is why in the early game I was telling you guys, oh, I'm just going to let him have the early game. I know I beat him later. Ta-da! I know I beat him later. This Darius needed to play, I'd say, even more aggressive in the early game. That's where he went wrong. Am I doing 1 meal a day? Mainly. Some days I'm not, but mainly 1 meal a day. Again, I can't say enough. You keep spamming. It's weird watching you live. Yeah, I get that occasionally, especially like people that have come over from the YouTube audience, no matter, you know, what the reason. We have had a bunch of people come over from the YouTube audience because of lockdowns and stuff that, you know, they have a bit more interaction here on Twitch, which makes sense. This guy still doesn't have his mythic. Jesus. Yeah, backseat gaming, it's a awkward situation because you don't want to upset people, but yeah. Again, I'm very happy with how good my Illaoi is, and you know, I used to be top 100 in the world of Illaoi. I know a fair amount about this champion. And again, without trying to be really rude or anything, the same person that's trying to backseat is the same person that's admitted that they're in silver. And it's like, yeah. It's, to me, the best advice when it comes to backseating is the old, you know, the classic thing, too many cooks ruin the broth. And it's like, sometimes too many people throwing opinions in just isn't exactly worth it. I also just noticed that was nearly a 5v5. All 5 of my teamers here, just Vladimir wasn't.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret.
And I'd also say, just with the conversation with backseating, don't do the disguised backseating. It's a trick that a lot of people do, that they'll backseat you, and then basically go, oh no, it's not my advice, it's that challenger player's advice. You're saying it because you're trying to backseat. It's disguising your backseat, saying it's from somebody else. That's the point. I know it's a delicate topic because you don't want to come across rude as a streamer, but yeah. I'm not a perfect player, by the way. Like, streamers aren't perfect players, but I also accept I'm not ever gonna become a perfect player, even with advice or not. But I've also been a massive advocate that you actually don't get better while playing the game. You get better in between games when you think about your play. So backseating during a game as well is never gonna be relevant. So yeah. Hey, Lord Lightning. Hey, Spoon. I'm good, I'm good. Wonder if I could take on... I think I could take on these two. I don't know if more came. Could I take on more people? Maybe. No, again, see, this is where people that make you feel guilty as a streamer. Just having a conversation about a topic, and now people are like, yo, stop. It's like... You never can have a conversation as a streamer without some people telling you off for having a conversation. That's bad. Sick ulti, man. I don't think he actually meant to time it for me, but that was perfect timing because it meant Lee Sin didn't know where I went. Woo! My bad. They had vision in there. I guess, yeah, I should have expected that maybe. Wow. Bonk. Oh, they're getting momentum. You know that keyword that we... Oh, wait, it's the Vlad Yuli as well. Well, that's bad. My death made everybody die. That is what we call a bad mistake. At least we didn't lose objectives, but still, that was my bad completely. Bonk. I didn't also expect 4 people top lane. Oh, God. God, I hate Uni. Ooh. Champion that just literally has no skill involved in her whole kit. Nice. Let's go, Boom! Let's go! There we go. Sick. There are no mistakes, they're just happy accidents. Alright, Master Uguay. We got Master Uguay in chat, whatever his name is. God, what do I build? I'm just gonna build that.
I should buy everyone one of these.
What did I say? Someone said there's no mistakes, there's happy accidents. It's either Bob Ross or Master Uguay, because he says all that stuff from, was it Kung Fu Panda? What's that thing? It's a really nice way to say. What was it? Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Yeah, bar one! Yeah, free. They died. So this is the difference, right? My mistake, my misposition cost my teammates to die. So you know, like, this is a great to go on. Sometimes there's different levels of mistakes. A very similar incident that people are getting caught or whatever, my one made 4 people die, which is bad, but they didn't get anything other. They didn't get a dragon, they didn't get a baron. That death that engaged, that the 3 of them I think just died, similar mistake, but we would have got baron, we would have got dragon, so they just surrendered the game. So it does show that even similar mistakes have sometimes different outcomes, obviously. I'm going to give it to the Galio. I think he did really well. But there we go. We went 3-2-7 plus 16. We did very well in our lane. It just showed patience is key. Like, you guys saw me being so passive in the early game, not even going near the Darius, because I knew, oh, if I don't let him get ahead of me, and if he doesn't try to get ahead of me, like, a lot, he's going to struggle. And that's what happened. So, again, that's knowledge of the matchup. So, like, look, this is more, like, it isn't about counters. This Darius just played really bad. Like, he didn't play aggro. Look at his damage. He did 4.4 thousand damage. I did 14.3. I did literally 10,000 more damage than him. I'm ahead of him in farm by, what, 30. I'm ahead by gold by over 3,000. And it's literally because the Darius played kind of wrong. In the early game, he needs to build a lead. He needs to be aggro. And he didn't. So it's just his playstyle did it really bad. So yeah, not bad. If you guys though enjoyed and a good conversation or two within the video, again, backseating conversation, and also just a little one about mistakes. That mistakes can have similar mistakes can have very different outcomes. That, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. That was Illaoi once again. One of my, I do like Illaoi a lot, but yeah, if you guys did enjoy, do throw a like on the video, throw a subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.